Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today I'm going to be going over the God tier unstoppable Titan build with Solar 3.0. But before we begin, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new and want to see some more awesome Destiny 2 content just like this one. Now, let's get into the build. To start things off, this build is absolutely insane and also helped me significantly while getting my solo flawless dungeon completion. This build makes you almost completely impossible to be killed. It's so broken. Solar 3.0 Titan have become straight up gods. Now, to begin the build, you're going to want to be on the Sunbreaker class. For the tree, I don't think it really matters, but I'm running Hammer of Soul. And you're going to want the following abilities. Towering Barricade. You could use Rally Barricade, but I like to use the Towering Barricade just for the dungeon, at least specifically, because it helps whenever you're trying to take less damage from adds from other angles. Next, you're going to want the Throwing Hammer. That's going to be completely vital to this entire build. You can use really any grenade that you like, but the Healing Grenade I found to just be extra careful and helpful in the scenarios where I didn't have my Rally Barricade or my Towering Barricade, so I would use my Healing Grenade. Next, you're going to want to follow these aspects. You're going to want Soul Invictus, and you're going to want Roaring Flames. Soul Invictus states that solar ability final blows, Hammer of Soul impacts, and defeating scorched targets creates sunspots. Your abilities regenerate faster, and your super drains more slowly while standing in the sunspots. Sunspots apply scorched and deal damage to targets inside. Entering a sunspot applies restoration. Roaring Flames. Final blows with solar abilities or ignitions increase the damage of your solar abilities and stacks up to 3 times. Then you're going to want the following fragments. Ember of Torches. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. Ember of Solace. Radiant and restoration effects applied to you have increased duration. Ember of Eruption. The solar ignitions have increased area of effect. And finally, Ember of Singeing. Your class ability regenerates faster when you're scorched targets. And then we're going to talk about the best exotics that I think are the 2 only exotics that you're going to need for this build. Number 1 being the Loreley Splendor Helmet. This helmet is the number 1 best exotic to use with this build because it creates sunspots with improved solar restoration when critically wounded or on barricade. And if you remember from the fragments, standing in a sunspot grants you restoration, which is going to increase your healing. The second exotic that I would run are the Synthoceps, because it buffs the melee range, and being surrounded also buffs your melee damage, which is really helpful in the dungeon in the first boss encounter. And now next we're going to be talking about the mods that you're going to want to use for this build, and then I'll go over some of the weapons that are extremely helpful for you if you plan on using this build to go solo or to go solo flawless in the new dungeon. For the first mod, you're going to want High Energy Fire. While charged with light, gain a bonus to weapon damage. Each defeated combatant consumes 1 stack of charged with light. For the next mod, you're going to want Melee Wellmaker. Powered melee combatant final blows spawn elemental wells matching your subclass energy type. Then you're going to want Elemental Charge. Become charged with light by picking up an elemental well. If the elemental well's element type matches your subclass element, you gain 2 stacks of charged with light. Next one you're going to want is Well of Life. Picking up a solar elemental well grants increased regeneration for a short period of time. And then lastly, 1-2 Finisher. Finishers restore melee abilities. Requires 1/6 of your super energy. This is for those mess-ups where you throw your hammer a little bit too far, it bounces off, maybe falls off an edge, or just gets too high or far out of reach, and you're unable to obtain it. Or maybe you threw it at an enemy in the Nightmare Realm, and you went back to the overworld, and your hammer is now lost in the Nightmare Realm. You get 1 finisher, instantly get your melee back. Next, we're going to start with the weapons. We're going to start on the exotic side of things and then go to the legendaries. For the exotics, you're going to want Arbalest, Witherhoard, Ariana's Vow, and Tractor Cannon. I prefer to use Ariana's Vow in the second boss encounter over Arbalest because you're going to have a lot of phalanxes with the shields. Arbalest can shoot through those shields, but it's got a charge time. If you miss, or if you hit a body shot, or if you hit the center, you got to charge it again and get another kill. I just feel like it takes too long, so I prefer to use Ariana's Vow just because it's a hand cannon that is extremely powerful and also has shield piercing. And tractor cannon is extremely helpful in the first boss encounter because you can use your tractor cannon and then you can use your hammer and just keep doing that for until the boss dies, pretty much. You go up, hit one tractor cannon, and you can keep using your hammer over and over again as long as you have your restoration and your buffs, so then you can keep getting your bonus damage. For the legendaries that you're going to want to run, I found that a sniper and a primary of any type that you want in either of the slots is crucial. And then for your heavy, a linear fusion that has something like Vorpal Weapon or something similar to do some boss damage is also very vital. For me, I used Silicone Naruma, Escape Velocity, Funnel Web, and my Reed's Regret. Those are my legendaries that I was running, in pair with my exotics. And all of these weapon choices helped me get my solo flawless completion in the new Duality Dungeon, so I hope that it will help you guys also get there as well. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys all for checking today's video. If you did enjoy this, and the guide helped you out, help me out by leaving a like and subscribe to the channel for more Destiny 2 builds and guides coming like this in the future, and I will see you in the next video.